Hey guys, it's Jasmine here, and today we're going to be making corner bookmarks. Let's get started. For supplies, you need a Sharpie, a graphite pencil, which is a drawing pencil, an eraser, color pencils, and crayons, and paper. So to get started here, we're going to start with our paper, then take this one sheet of paper, and we're going to fold it. We're going to take one corner, we're going to fold it across to make a square. It doesn't have to be perfect. Then when you're folding, you have this big triangle here, and you have a long rectangle. We're going to take off this rectangle, so we're going to fold it back and forth a couple times along one single line, so it'll be easier to tear. And none of this has to be perfect, it just has to be close so that we can make a bookmark that actually functions well. Tear off this rectangle. And if you want, you can use this rectangle that we're tearing off to make another bookmark. You just decorate it, just like we're going to decorate our corner bookmarks. And that would also be a type of recycling, which is just reusing materials and making it into something else. So now we have our big square here. We're going to keep it as a triangle though. We're going to keep it facing away from you so that the open side is like that. Keep it folded. We're going to bring one corner all the way to the top. We're going to fold that and do the same thing with the other corner. Bring it all the way to the top so that these lines are right next to each other on the triangle, right here. Fold it, make it flat. Gonna bring them both back down, and then we have a square here. I'm gonna take the top part of that square, gonna bring it down, gonna fold that across so that it's a triangle. And we're gonna bring up both of these sides. Gonna put them in this pocket here, fold them over that pocket. And same thing with the other one. And that's our bookmark, just like this. Unlike this one though, we're gonna decorate it. You can decorate it any way that you want. You can use just Sharpie, you can use just pencil, you can use crayons, whatever you want to use. But it might also be a good idea to kind of plan out what you're doing. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my scrap piece of paper here. I'm going to kind of plan just what I want to do. Planning is just kind of sketching out. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just kind of sketching out what I want to do. So this is my corner bookmark here. A square goes across like that and like that. It might be pretty cool to, I don't know, maybe have some birds. I think birds would be cool. So I'm going to do a little bit of birds on here. A little bit of birds. And then maybe some grass on the bottom. Some flowers. one part of planning before you actually do your final project is also colors. You can make a color palette. Maybe I want some yellow in there, see if I like that yellow. I do, I'm gonna leave it out for myself. Maybe a blue sky. I do like that blue. Green grass. That's a good green. And let's see, I'm gonna do the flowers both yellow and purple. So purple is gonna be my last color. So I did my plan, did my sketch, which is a part of my plan. So now I'm gonna actually design my bookmark. I'm gonna kind of sketch with a pencil, and then I'll color over it with a crayon. And your final bookmark here, if it is kind of different from your sketch, that's fine. Whenever you're working on a project, sometimes things change. It's nice to just kind of go with the flow and see how it ends up. It might turn out better than you think. I'm coloring my flowers here. Another fun way to make these bookmarks are to use scrap paper. So pages from magazines, papers that you don't need anymore, old schoolwork you may not need. Don't use the schoolwork that you have now because you might need to turn that in. But old schoolwork, old tests, things that your guardians might have and don't need anymore. You can make bookmarks from those. You know the steps. Gotta make a square, some triangles there, some folding into pockets. And when you use scrap paper, it may already have folds and lines you might like on it, so your designing is kind of based around what already exists. That's my bottom design here. And I'm going to do my sky. Might add some clouds in there. That might be kind of nice. It's real fluffy clouds. Also sun. There's my sun. This is the sky. Kind of outline everything with Sharpie a little bit. There are lots of designs you can do, lots of ideas. You can do animals. You can do different flowers. You can do just shapes. You can write on this if you want. There's my bookmark. Again, with your scrapbook or scrap piece of paper here, you can make another bookmark if you want. It'll just be a rectangle shaped. But again, you can use scrap paper from your guardians that you might have to make these. And you can use it either way. You can use it like this. Just let me open up this book here. You can put it on the top of your book corner here. You can use it on the bottom of the book corner. However you want to use it. Just gonna save your spot in a book. And of course you don't have to use two like I'm using right now. But that's our corner bookmark. So once again, that's how we made our corner bookmarks here. And let's go a little bit over the vocab that we learned. We learned about planning, which is your steps on how you're gonna make something. It involves sketching, which is the drawing part of your planning. So like with mine, I sketched out some flowers, some birds, and a sky. And one of the last vocab words that we learned was recycling. Recycling just means to reuse something, make it into something else. You can do that with paper, you can do it with clothing, plastic, a lot of things. And that is it. Thank you guys for joining me and making some corner bookmarks, and I'll see you next time.